All right, we are unmuted, Ben. Chat, can you hear me? I see Spencer's in the chat. How you doing, Spencer?
Living the dream,
And
Spence. Hi,
let's
everybody.
turn that off. There we go. All right. It always takes me a second to remember where all the buttons are. Okay, looks like our players are rolling dice here. We've got Jeremy playing his Apoc Xavier duel. Looks like he won Prio, I think. We've got Inhuman Weapons and Guardian Save Shi'ar. There's a chance that Jeremy goes with Xavier this game over the Apoc in the mirror. I know you've played that a little bit. You won, in fact, a whole event having to play into that mirror a few months ago in Canada, Ben. What are your thoughts on the APOC
Yeah.
mirror?
I personally love it. Just coming back from WTC, one of our main plans was to put me into APOC Mirror. Though my approach is, I think, a little bit different than what we see in both of these lists. We have obviously the X-Men Flex from Nobility over here, and then the double two Flex from pastrami over here on the blue side, which is pretty cool. I think those are both very interesting approaches to the APOC mirror. Um, I personally don't love the double two or Professor X approach, but I'm also a madman, so
Yeah, they did
um,
choose to play at 17, so I that might make it harder for Nobility to do the professor pivot there. I don't know if maybe he prefers 18th thread or higher for that reason.
yeah.
I know that Jeremy told me that in the APOC mirror he never wants to go second because whichever player goes second is going to get the opportunity to hit the alpha strike on one of the opponent's models.
Yep.
So there's a chance he
Yeah.
might go professor just to avoid that.
And what's interesting, I mean, what I don't like about the APOC 17 is you can pretty much predict the 17 that's going to come out. So Johnny's going to be running APOC Beast and uh, Magic and Toad, right? So then, at least for me, often the question is who's going to be your famine? You had Famine Blob, Famine Gambit, um, and Jer Bear had Prio. Love to see it. We also need to talk about it. We just mentioned it. Pastrami's a Browns fan. Can we just pause for a moment and just poo poo in the chat, like boo Browns, even though my Chiefs just lost to the Bills, but Browns, so I guess this is, if Pastrami wins it all, maybe his the good juju will carry over to the Browns. Not this season because this season's over, right? But maybe next season for the Browns.
I
So
think their last 2025 seasons have been over. Since 1999 when they were refounded.
just rough, yeah, old roughers for
And
guffers.
he
But
lives in
so
Wisconsin where they have a good football team, so I'm not really sure why one
that's
would be
crazy.
drawn to the Browns.
That's
Um,
it's a choice, right? He chose the Browns. Like let's anyways.
yeah.
So it'll be interesting here to see what Johnny picks for his famine. I think that's really where a lot of the flexibility
You're a
is going to be.
Deadpool fan in that slot, right?
I love Deadpool.
Yeah, I think that
Deadpool
makes you
famine.
fairly unique compared to a lot of the other APOC players. I think they play a little bit less Deadpool from what in fact
Yeah.
I don't think Johnny even had Deadpool in his list, right?
Yeah, the quick glance I saw, I didn't see Deadpool there. I saw the Iceman Blob threes, and obviously the Gambit three. Um, so I obviously we're not going to get Deadpool here. If I'm going to be a betting man, I'm probably going to guess that it's going to be Gambit because we people really value the hop from Gambit and hope that two 4-die attacks wilds counting as double can get you the spike variants. We were just talking about it earlier this morning in the APOC Discord. Um, that the numbers are actually the math is like pretty skewed high um, for the Gambit famine in terms of damage consistency. I have yet to see it in my in my own games. uh, so I love Gambit Death, but here we are. Here's our 17s.
Okay. So Johnny did
Oh,
opt to go for Gambit,
called it.
and on Nobility side, he is playing Apoc with the exact same team. So we're seeing a perfect mirror match here. And
Yeah.
I'm kind of interested in this because I was dabbling with some Apoc recently, and I was trying to decide whether I wanted to do a Mike Deluca style pivot for the mirror or just play the mirror out. So I kind of want to see here how much of an advantage that Johnny actually gets from going second. Everything is on the midline. Jeremy does have this nice size 3 stairs to help kind of like blunt an attack on that side, get a little bit of cover. And a
Hmm.
size 2 electrical hut on this other side in the south could also be good. I mean, maybe he's able to get cover from those things.
Yeah, I get, the subway car. You're going to be able to interact with the subway car and not get attacked round one, so that might be nice. Um, what's interesting is on Johnny's side, right? Johnny's the teal, right? Yeah, Johnny's the teal. Um, is this subway car is going to mess up the APOC deployment with that little like pillar that's in the way.
Hmm.
So he's not going to be able to central deploy APOC as smoothly, so that he's going to have to kind of pick a direction. I think I don't know if it'll his space will fit between the pillar and the subway car. So that'll be interesting. Obviously, Jeremiah has the cleaner APOC
Jeremy,
placement.
nobility.
Jeremy, sorry, thank you. Yeah,
Jer Bear,
no,
as he was lovingly called earlier.
Jer Bear.
What's the advantage you think
Oh,
of Johnny taking this board edge over here that he took? Because he's got the subway
I
car impacting him, and he's giving Jeremy some cover on the inhuman weapons. Is there an
yeah,
advantage
I'm
that I'm
not
missing?
100% sure. I'm wondering if he's trying to leverage the toad to grab the inhuman weapon behind the electrical hut. I'm
Yeah, I'm not
curious
sure.
if that's the thought.
I think he'd have to stand that. I don't think he can stand behind it.
Yeah.
It's possible that maybe the stairs you can do something similar. I guess we have to see where Toad ends up going down. We've got Magic on the north side for Nobility, Gambit on the south side for him, Gambit on the north side for Johnny. I also noticed too that like Nobility's got one terminal where he'll be able to kind of have cover while standing on it, and it looks like Johnny probably has the same thing on his south security terminal here for Guardian Save Shi'ar. So I'm
Hmm.
thinking there's not a huge advantage there, but I want to see what Johnny does round one. Maybe we're overvaluing these stairs and the electrical hut and how they'll provide cover.
I think what's interesting is we saw both gambits go down before the beast placements and before APOC. So if I were either of them, I would have tried to hold my gambit till I have seen where their beast is going to go, or at least I can anticipate that, so that I can leverage the 2 energy defense um, into beast. So I think that's interesting. I would have loved to see Gambit be held a little bit later.
Yeah,
Um,
I wonder like because knowing Johnny and Nobility, I'm wondering if they are playing into a bit right now by doing the exact same model order deployment, or if there's a strategic reason. Because they have the exact same, because they have the exact same TTCs as well, as Matt Alex calls out in the chat. So we see Gambit and Beast go down in the south for Nobility. We're going in order here. If Johnny plays Beast next or puts him down next, then I, I have to really question. Okay,
oh
all
no, he
right, he
broke the
broke it.
bit.
He
Oh,
broke the bit.
boo. Boo. I would have loved, yeah, I that would have been great if they just did it for the memes. A little pingy ping to the toad.
Maybe
Um,
they also notice what we've been going for here.
yeah. Yeah, so it is a little bit interesting. I'm also curious um why APOC. At least for me, when I play APOC, I usually place him down first, centrally deployed. Um, so I'm curious if we're still going to see the central deployed, if there's going to be an skewing. I really just think the subway uh, car is really going to mess Johnny's turn one up with Apocalypse. So again, I'm curious to talk to him after the game. Um, what his thoughts are about picking, because he lost Prio, right? He lost Prio and he chose
Yeah.
that side. So
So Beast going down here in the south for Johnny. I'm going to assume that's the easiest way for him to steal the opposing security terminal. I think on the other side, it might be awkward for him to have grabbed Jeremy's north one. He will be set up to get possibly a solid Pestilence Bomb, but with Gambit on that side, he could really blow up Beast. Last local tournament, I had my Beast blown up one shot by Gambit, and then my
Yep.
Gambit proceeded to one shot my opponent's Magic and Blob. Gambit is
Yeah.
a
Do,
silly boy.
doing Gambit stuff. Doing Gambit stuff. That's why I love Death Gambit. You know, the potential to throw 7 dice
Yeah, so
while it's
we got everybody
glorious.
now deployed. They're now putting the horseman cards down on the models, but I think we kind of know what everything is. We've got Gambit on a north for Johnny, Toad right next to him. Both of them going to be looking to possibly grab some inhuman weapons. Apoc largely in the center for Johnny, but it has to be cheated towards the north. Beast and Magic all the way in the south. Beast and Magic for Johnny are directly opposed of Jeremy's Gambit and Beast. Apoc is in the center for Jeremy, and on the north side we've got Magic and Toad for Nobility. I'm going to keep jumping back and forth between Nobility and Jeremy, which I'm sure will make it even easier to follow if you're only listening to the stream.
Only easier. You know, we could have seen a Pestilence Toad here. That would have been funny.
I
It
mean,
would have been
he's
bad, but it would have been
yeah,
funny.
he's just such the perfect death because he's kind of meant to die.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's you get this is what people don't I think don't really understand. You know, playing into APOC is if even if I go down one extract on turn one or round one, unless it's in humans and he gets Terrigenesis, that's another story. Um, you're still gaining value if Toad goes down because of the token generation, right? So you don't really mind. Uh, it's it's what the kids call all gas. I think is a young person saying. We'll see.
Okay, looks like the players are ready to go. Looks like Nobility's going to open up here with a Toad, double move grab. He's going to have some cover from the size 4 subway car that's up north there. Also blocking some line of sight on the stairs. So he's got a pretty safe Toad this round. I suspect we'll see a similar move from Johnny. Yep, absolutely. Johnny's Toad now about the double move. And he's,
Look at this. Toad on Toad. Love it.
yeah, Toad's going to be, both Toads are going to be able to sit and cover. The difference is that Johnny's Toad is going to be a little bit easier to hit round one if Jeremy or Nobility chose to do so. But I think both Toads are in a relatively safe position from anyone.
Yeah, again, kind of interesting that Jeremy's APOC, because he's more askew to, you know, the top of the screen from the streamer viewpoint, he's not going to have as an easy of a shot into Toad. Um, you know, with the walk, hop, range 3, I think he still gets there to be able to potentially threaten Toad. Um, so it's an interesting deployment of both our
Right.
apocalypse.
Well, let's go with Johnny and Nobility for the rest of the stream because I think you're confusing uh, Jeremy and
I am
Johnny,
I'm
and
confusing it
I'm
all. There's a lot of J
only
names.
making it worse. So I'm gonna stick to Nobility the rest of it. So we've got Nobility's
Okay,
Gambit now
nobility.
moving on the south here, grabbing a human weapon. He's gonna try to do his best to get cover on this electrical hut size 2.
Yeah, I like to see an early famine, especially knowing that if his opponent grabs the inhuman weapon, you won't be able to famine that. So we might see a war punish potentially. You can walk, hop, throw a 4 die attack into Gambit. So let's see what old Pastrami does.
Yeah, we've got Magic. Looks like she's gonna be moving up here, attempting to flip a point. Maybe not.
The nice thing about the gainer, right? You know, the range 4 is that you can still flip this point, right? So you're hoping to generate a war token. You still have power to flip the point, and you're still in range to threaten for next turn. So not sure what the range 3 measurement is for here. Maybe he's thinking about
So
if
I
bump.
think it's yeah, maybe medium move, range 1
Yeah,
teleport, and then be within 2 of Gambit.
yeah.
All right, so Magic's actually just gonna move up, and it looks like she's just gonna grab this inhuman weapon.
Yep.
This
I
is
don't hate
a
this either.
size 2 danger room ad, so she will get cover on that.
And you get value if she doesn't get one shot, right? So if she doesn't get one shot, you get another Evo token. So there's value with your wars getting this as well.
Yeah, it's a little bold just because, I mean, your magic is probably your best damage dealer after Apoc, so you don't really want to see her go down. She's not a particularly great extract holder. But this does free up your beast to, flip a point, Pestilence Bomb, just give him more free range of movement. And it's not like you wanted a beast holding something in front of a Gambit and Apoc anyway.
Yeah, I think what's interesting, we might see Johnny try to put some early pressure. Opus put some pressure with a famine hop gambit, walk, famine hop, throw some dice.
You got Magic moving up here for Nobility on the north side. She's going to take a pot shot into Toad. 4 dice in the 3 with cover. Nobility just looking to hopefully get one through so you can generate another token.
Gets the
Uh,
hex.
yeah,
Gets the hex.
good start. So that's 2 successes on Nobility side into 1 block for Johnny's Toad. Poking 1 through, going to generate a token there for War.
So he chose not to take the cover so that he could slippery here.
That makes
I like
sense.
that. Yep.
Yeah, smart play.
Yep, that's a really good awareness there.
Nobility flipping on the point. He does get it emphatically.
Oh, did he choose web
I
tokens?
was
What
just
is
thinking
what is
there's a
this?
lot of other
Nobility
options
needs to
there.
lose now.
Yeah.
Nobility needs
I mean,
it.
you've got X-Force. There we go. He changed it.
There it
It's
is.
like
All
he
right, he
felt
fixed
your
it.
anger.
Immediately rage.
Okay, so that's I didn't see Ben. I didn't see him give himself another token. So I think he missed an Evo token because he should be at 3, right? 1 generated from Magic, 1 generated from his Famine Gambit.
Yeah, I should be at 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh
Oh, there it is. He put it on.
oh,
He put it on now. He's put it in late.
Johnny walking up there, flipping a point with Gambit. Let's see what he opts to do.
It'll be interesting if I'm Johnny. You probably want to put Gambit in a position to threaten, but you also want to get that famine token.
So I
So
see him
just out of
measuring where range 3 is for Toad, so he'll be able to Famine Hop in and hit Toad next round. But does he maybe consider just being a bit more... Okay, so he's just measuring range 1 off the point.
TTS, you love the flips, the model flips.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
I
say,
think to your
does
point,
he
Mike.
consider measuring? I was gonna say he can right now Famine Hop and hit Toad, but I was wondering if maybe he considers getting a bit more aggressive. But I realize now he doesn't have Prio, so no reason to set your Gambit up for getting hit next round by Magic, right?
And unless you one shot him, you're not generating a famine token, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So your round 1 gas kind of gets nullified unless you get that one
Yeah, well,
shot.
he
So
couldn't Famine Hop this round. It's an option for next round. But either way, my
yeah,
suggestion or my interest was stupid because yeah, he obviously wants to generate the token, so he's got to be outside of 3.
yep.
So to recap, we've got all 4 Inhuman weapons picked up at this point. We've got 1 on Gambit for Nobility, who is sitting on the south point, hidden on some cover. We've got 1 on his Toad, that's sitting on a size 4 piece of terrain. For Johnny, we've got it on Toad and Magic. Magic's in a little bit of danger. Looks like she might get hit with some Pestilence, and also an Apoc Alpha Strike. Still have
Yeah,
1
root
terminal
is
each.
sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say there's still 1 terminal unflipped for both players on the south side.
Yeah, I think root into war magic is just so brutal, right? I mean, she hates it, so it's really worth the negative evo that you get, the negative tokens that you get,
Mm.
to spend 2 to gain 1, because root is just so strong on your war targets, right? So I really like that a whole bunch.
Looks like Nobility's
We'll
considering
probably
a Apocalypse go here, which I was a little surprised at just because I thought maybe he'd hold Apocalypse, but given he's already got 3 Evo tokens, I could see maybe choosing to go earlier. And as soon as I say that, obviously he activates and moves Beast. Beast moves
as
up here.
as you do.
Yeah, Beast's gonna move up. Jeremy, of course. I'm sorry, Nobility looking for a skull and a success. Get the best of both worlds. Does he get it?
No, no,
Nope,
just the
just a
just the
success.
success.
Yeah. All right, so now he's gonna be looking for an attack and a magic. I assume he wants the ambush here, Ben, if you can get it.
Yeah, it sets him up for next round. But here you go. I mean, this is pretty nice. Now he's going to be able to pay for the
Yeah, he's got four
evolution
successes
token.
into
Yeah.
well, 3 blocks because of cover, but he does not get the ambush that he was looking for. So he's only poking 1 damage through and no ambush.
Yeah,
He's
interesting that he didn't just walk up. I think he was really afraid of getting the negative. I mean, he would have been able to spend 2, gain 1, so he sort of would have had the famine hop for Apocalypse, but he wouldn't have been up 1 evolution token. So I think that was an interesting play, hoping that you roll a wild, but unfortunately, just didn't work out for him.
Yeah, I mean you can high roll there into a wild, get a flip on the back point, put a lot of pressure on. And if Johnny doesn't roll as well as he just did, Nobility's able to put through some damage on top of that as well. So yeah, I
Yeah,
don't hate it. I mean, throwing dice is always. I think throwing dice is always a good idea in MCP for the most part, especially early in the game, unless there's like a
yeah,
specific power threshold that unlocks something for an opponent.
yeah. Nope, I completely agree.
I know you like throwing
Sometimes
dice.
I look, hey, buckets of dice are fun. It's interesting. Mostly when Beast attacks, sometimes he just like weirdly pops off and kills stuff, and then can still control models. So there's a lot of cool things that Beast can do. Um,
I have a question. So I see
they-
Apocalypse here is for Johnny. He's measuring medium and then a 4 stick. And these meat men are notorious for having all these uh, thought crime measurements. What does the medium move range for get there? I'm sure Brady in the chat probably knows. Is that the equivalent of a famine hop, medium move, and then attack? Because he was a little short of Toad, so I feel like there must have been something else there.
yeah, it's all witchcraft to me. Um,
Yeah, we operate off vibes in Pork Roll.
yeah,
All right, Apocalypse is moving up here for Johnny. He famine hopped and he's gonna swing into Toad. Looks like he's gonna be within 2 of Toad, so no cover for him.
I'm honestly going to measure it right now. Thanks, Brady.
Oh
Thanks,
yeah,
Brady.
but the chat. If Brady's not around, the stream quality goes down like 25%. Brady
Oh
catches
well,
all of my
well,
mistakes. Yeah,
we appreciate you, Brady, doing the Lord's work in chat.
actually, Brady, I just sent out some models to one of your locals that had their stuff stolen at LVO. I sent out a Sam and my Crimson Dynamo that I don't need. All right, so we've got 4
Oh, that's a
successes
dead.
coming in. Yeah, no blocks
That's a
over there
dead
on
doters.
Toad's side. So, really good hit there for Johnny, able to daze Toad, generate.
Unless he uses an Evo token, so he can use an Evo token
Mm,
to potentially block one and prevent the one shot. Which I would, if I'm Nobility, I'm thinking about doing. So uh,
no, looks like Johnny just did some re-rolls or something himself. So we got
how did
5
he have
successes.
enough?
So well, now we've seen 3 rerolls coming in. So all the tokens spent on Nobility side, hoping for some blocks. He gets 2 blocks
He
spent
blocks
for
two.
just enough so
That
that Toad is going to be
lives
alive on 1.
lives the dream.
Yeah, you love to see it.
Uh, love
And
to see it. To
now he's
me,
going to
it
slip out of
does
the way.
mean that Apoc doesn't get the famine hop anymore. But
Yeah, that's true. It,
uh,
it,
and
it neuters what Nobility's Apoc can do, but helps you maintain parity round 1. He'll still be able to
yeah,
walk though and hit magic. He just won't be able to remove the cover from magic, which is unfortunate for him.
yeah.
But it doesn't change. It doesn't really change his activation. It's just slightly less good.
A fun WTC interaction that was very interesting is obviously it won't happen because we're not playing on clocks in this, but there was a very tight match that we were watching, and it was coming down to the wire, and the APOC player didn't declare
Yes,
what
yeah, that was
uh,
widely
that was
widely
very
reported.
interesting. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it was
there
very
was a lot of talk
interesting.
about that. We have Apocalypse
Um,
actually double moving here, Ben. Instead of going for the attack and a magic, he's just gonna
ooh,
double move and look for the flip here. Um,
Nobility trying to score. Love it.
I know you
Staying
would never
aggressive.
do this. The idea of you not throwing 7 dice is just too much to pass up.
Oh, I love violence, right?
I was thinking too,
So,
if I wonder if he would do this. I probably would have thrown the 7 dice, but that's why Nobility is 4-0 right now, and I dropped.
and I dropped. All right, let's see if he gets it. Does it pay off? Oh, Nobility. Oh,
That's
you hate
the
to see it.
That's it feels
This
bad
is
for
why you
sure.
throw 7 dice. This is why you choose violence. Let all you scenario players know. This is why you choose violence.
All right, so Beast moves up now for Johnny. He's gonna attempt to flip. He does have to get 2 successes now, so like if he doesn't get these 2 successes, Jeremy still gets a little bit of a win this round. He also whiffs
He
entirely.
awful wisp, but gets the power back.
Yeah, he gets another 50-50 though, right? Because he should be able to get to
You should be able to walk on the
nobilities.
yeah.
Yeah, opposing one,
Yep.
so he gets another shot at it.
Yeah, I like this. Look at these APOC players just scoring, not rolling, not choosing violence. You love to see it. Love to
Yep.
see it.
So we see
Matt,
another roll here.
unfortunately, I'm not going to Everwinter this year. Unfortunately, not.
One
Just
success,
one.
so not enough. Yeah, so nobility with a little bit of a gamble there round one, playing this scenario, it does pay off because he does break the parity because he's going to go up, what is it, 4-3?
Yep,
And
four
he's
three.
got priority to, make a move here. The extracts are on Magic and Toad right now for Johnny. Toad is in a pretty safe position. Magic, though, is threatened by Nobility's Apocalypse. Down on the south side, we've got Nobility's Toad way up north away from everybody. He's got 3 damage on him, but if Apocalypse wants to chase him down for the extract, it means he's going to be leaving the rest of the game uh, behind. And then we've got 1 Inhuman Weapon on Nobility's Gambit, who's all the way on the south. Also not super threatened. If Nobility can take out Magic, it's going to really free up Gambit to not have any pressure sort of on him, and maybe laying a beast. So I'll be interested to see what Nobility decides to open up with here.
I really like Nobility's board position right here. Magic into Apox, really, really good matchup for the Magic player. Magic can just burn through Apoc pretty quickly in the mirror match. So I really like this position. And as you, I think, correctly named, Apoc chasing Toad means that he's really kind of out of position to affect the rest of the board state. So I think board position wise, I think it really favors nobility here. I like it a bunch. Gambit's not going to be doing a whole bunch. Pastrami's not going to be doing a whole, or Pastrami's Toad's not going to be doing a whole bunch as well. So I really like this board position for nobility here.
Is the opening for Nobility fairly clear cut to you? Do you think he opens up with Apoc, or is there another line that you think is interesting?
I would hold APOC if I was nobility. I actually really like the Fambit Gambit into Beast here. Um, I think that's a really good opening that can put down a pretty effective model. Um, and taking activations away from Pastrami um, on that side of the board, where you can just continue to swing the points advantage, seems like the right thing to do. Um, I
So
I want to
why
force
doesn't
pastrami's. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask? I'm asking. So why, if he opens up with Apoc and kills Magic, what is that? Why is that not better than opening up with Gambit? I'm actually asking. I'm not. Oh, that is what he decides to
Yeah,
do.
yeah,
It
yeah,
seems. He looks like he's gonna be
yeah,
a war hit because I saw the token spent and the power spent. So he's getting
yeah.
7 dice with all the wilds, Warrior of Legend stuff coming in.
Two
Uh,
wilds.
so that's with
Nice.
5 successes on Nobility side after mods, 3 blocks though on Johnny's side. So only poking 2 through.
So
Notable.
this is
Okay.
why is because APOC with low power and low Evo tokens means his damage potential is not as high as it could
Mm.
be, and I would have rather had an option to rotate my Apocalypse into Pastrami's
Oh
side where
well.
Gambit is.
What if you
Oh,
just
or he just kills
rolled?
him here.
What if you
Or he just
just
kills him
rolled
here.
really, really well though? Five successes
You
on
get
nobility
5 and
side,
2.
2 blocks, so poking 3 through, which is going to be exactly enough to get magic. Unless he opts to use his Evo tokens here. Let's see what he does. He's going to recal that, actually.
Yeah. Oh, so here's a recal. I actually really like the recal here because he dropped a die with the skull. I like it. This is for you, Simon.
Whiff on magic's defense. Nobility actually had
Bah!
4 successes the second time around. Simon proven right yet again.
No, we'll bleep that part out of the stream.
Yeah, so Apoc gonna pick up the hammer, the inhuman weapon now. Um, was that a spender bend? Because I don't see. He only took one. Maybe he prepaid to flip there. Yeah,
he
so
must he, he
big
must have, yeah.
big turn there, big start to the turn now. He's potentially giving up priority. Oh, of course, Simon joins the chat just as we mentioned. Yeah.
Just we summoned him. We summoned
Yes,
him.
we now have 3
Uh,
extracts on Nobility side, 1 on his Apocalypse, 1 on his Gambit on the south side, and 1 on his Toad. His Toad is threatened here. Looks like Johnny's considering going into Toad. He's gonna really he's in a little bit of a hole right now. He needs to get Toad here, and he needs to maybe do something else impactful with that Apocalypse.
and again, this is value for nobility here, right? If Toad goes down, which he should, you're getting 3 Evo tokens. And I highly doubt that Apoc's going to take down Magic as well. Um, so I really like this. I thought the Apoc into Magic's a little risky, but it turned out well for him. So
All right, so we have
let's
7
see
coming
if
into 3
Pastrami
right
can.
here. He does look like he's gonna get Toad.
Yeah,
Just
Murder Town, USA.
yep. Generates 3 Evo tokens for Nobility's Apocalypse. And Johnny's Apoc will pick up. So now we've got parity again on extracts. He's just outside of 2 of magic, which is great for him. And he's going to now attack magic. That's going to be 7. I believe he's got cover now because of that, right?
He should. Yep, he should have cover.
3
So
successes on
block 3
Johnny's
with cover.
side, blocking 3. Is he able to give out, what is it, a shock?
You put on root. You put
A shock.
root's also yeah, root or shock. Both
Yeah.
are good.
Yeah, no bad choices on that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, he does manage to neuter um, Nobility's magic a little bit there with the shock. She's only sitting at 2 power, so not a whole lot she's going to be able to do. There's a world where she
And
can...
you can hold her. Yep, you
Yeah.
can hold her for later. I think we're going to see the Gambit family because you've given up prio, right? So might as well lean into it now, right? I guess so. Oh no,
Well,
he
no, he... Yeah.
maintains prio because
He
Toad went
might
down.
he
Yeah, because
might
Toad
give
went
up
down.
Pride here, though. Gambit's going into beast, 4 dice.
Yep.
What do we get? 2 successes so far. Just 2 successes. Does he opt to spend any power?
You gotta spend 1 to.
Beast currently blocking 1 at the moment, so only poking 1 through. So if he changes the die, he'll get 2.
Simon, this is your favorite. It is the exact mirror match. Everything is Apoc everywhere. Yeah, if I'm nobility, you spend this. Using Evo tokens.
Yeah.
Okay, looking for wilds. Give me the wilds.
Just
No,
another success. And he spends the power, so that will now go to math is hard, but
goes to 4.
4.
Goes to 4. Yep,
Beast
goes to
opting to
4.
spend a power to do a reroll of his own does not succeed, so he's going to poke 3 damage through on Beast. Refunding his power there, that's good. Okay, he does have the power to spender, but then of course he won't be able to change any die on that. So he's just going to do another 4-die attack with Gambit.
Yep. If he was death, here'd be 7 dice.
3 successes so far with a crit coming in for Nobility.
Okay.
4
Good
successes on
block from
Nobility,
Pastrami.
but he's going to be able to modify, so that's going to be 5 successes on Nobility side into 2 blocks. He's going to spend for a reroll here. He meaning Johnny, pronouns pal. There we go. All right, so it looks
So
like
send
Nobility...
4. Yep.
Yeah, he takes down Beast there. Great opening Gambit activation as well. And now he's going to Famine Hop to be safe, get him behind some cover, and make it difficult for Magic or Beast to do anything into him next round. Or
Yeah, things are all coming up Millhouse for nobility. staying out of a beast. Yep, this is going to be great.
Yeah, he's got this entire south side wrapped up at the moment. He still has a beast to go. He could choose to rotate his beast to be pesky and annoying now if he wanted to. I don't know if that's something he considers. But he's guaranteed to go up what is it, 8 to 7 this round, I think. Is that math?
I think that's math. He's guaranteed
Eight to
4
six.
over here. Yeah.
Uh,
He's guaranteed 4
yeah, yeah.
on the one
Yeah, he's
side.
guaranteed to go
So
up 8 to 7, but of course, he has last activation, so he can maybe flip or hold his north side security terminal, which is currently belongs to himself, but Johnny can maybe flip that around. There's a lot of pressure on Johnny now to make something happen.
yeah, so now we have to see an aggressive gambit here. Because you don't want to throw away Toad, who can again just die. Yeah, this is the right call. Keep Toad alive. Don't want Magic to get a free one off of Toad.
Yeah, so we have a pseudo pass turn there coming in from Johnny on Toad. Toad on that north side, super safe at the moment, and his other extract held by Apocalypse. And on the south side, Nobility's holding on Apoc and Gambit, completely wrapped up the south side. It looks like Nobility's going to be considering a rotation here on Beast. So Johnny's going to be going last with Gambit. I'm not sure what his options are. It's not an obvious thing to do because if he kills Magic, he gives up Prio.
Yeah, I would have actually loved to see Magic shake the shock and try to get a hex trigger onto Apocalypse. Um, and then Beast could have gone into uh, this Gambit's home base over here, home Guardian Save Shi'ar, and try to aggressively flip that. Um, I don't hate this. He's kind of setting it up for next round because he knows he's going to have the score lead here. So I like this playing for round 3, trying to close the game out in round 3, and instead doesn't do that at all. So just kidding.
Yeah, so he does. Nobility decides to double move his Beast to Johnny's home south security terminal. He's just trying to create some space between him and Gambit, so he's got the option. I think where he currently is, he can double move and get to that north security terminal. Do you think that's accurate?
It looks right.
Yeah.
It looks right.
So he's in a position now where
Um,
he can flip something next round, but he's not in danger of really getting attacked. Because if Johnny
yeah,
decides to go into his beast with magic, well, then Apocalypse just nukes, magic off the board, and it's fine. So
right,
I think he's
right, right.
actually doing a really good job of creating bad choices for Johnny going into round 3.
Yeah, I still would have tried to push a hex onto APOC because it really neuters that APOC activation next round. But like I said, I don't
Well, he
hate what
still has the
Nobility
option to
is
do it
doing here.
though. Like
That's true.
nothing's
That's
changed.
true. Yeah, but Beast would have been able, I think, with a walk go from where he was to where Pastrami's Gambit is. I
True.
think. I don't think either is the wrong choice.
I think
Um,
magic not going makes Johnny's choices more awkward.
that's
Because
fair.
then Gambit can't see Magic currently, right? So he'd have to. The only way to get that security terminal would be Magic vacating the position. So by staying where she is, Gambit can't, easily impact that VP there, while also preventing Magic from hitting him.
Yeah, super fair. Brady, did you find out what that measurement was? I'm actually really curious. As see, he's back in the chat. But I think you've got to be aggressive here with Gambit. You're probably not going to get the famine token, but you need to be aggressive. And like you mentioned earlier, Mike, it also potentially threatens that he gives up prio by dazing Magic. Um, I like this as well. This is a good position abilities, and we're going to see the famine.
Yep. So sucks a power off of Magic, and now he's going to be on top of the point with the ability to push her off.
It did work. The range 5. So range 5 was a hop and range 3. Nice. Good
All
to
right.
know.
So that was a move, Famine Hop from Gambit. He's going to attack into Magic. I suspect we might actually see the push trigger here rather than the energy attack. Oh, 4 successes, which is actually 6 successes on Johnny's side. He might
Just a
accidentally kill
casual.
Magic. She's blocking 1, taking 5 at the moment, which is means she's alive on 1. Do you
Oh, do you re-roll? Do you roll out of this to die? Or is he going to kill her?
I think Johnny's looking to kill her by modifying his attack die so that it's actually 7 successes.
Lethal? Yeah, so it's lethal.
Yeah.
I mean, that also that also works, right? You just casually one-shot Magic.
Yeah, I figured he was just playing for the push and flip, but I mean, dazing her means that he doesn't get to open up with Prio next round, but maybe that's not a big deal because he can maybe just eliminate Magic next round and Toad and
I don't know. Removing Beast from the board, removing Pastrami's Beast from the board is like significantly a bit, like a pretty significant deal, in my opinion. Or the other Magic, like both Magics could be off the board on the top of round 3.
yeah, so I think I like this from Nobility, just maintaining Prio to remove potentially
And you're
Magic or
right, that
Beast.
was Gambit only gained 1 power, so he was doing the bow staff. So that was a good shout that he was just trying to bow staff, and oops, killed you.
Oh, Nobility opts to use. Oh no, there's the bow staff. Okay, the
It
bow
was the
staff
bow
is good
staff.
4 damage.
Yes, it is. Yep, it's
Ah,
very good. Yeah, the bow staff's real good,
and
and he
no,
super gets
yeah,
the point.
yeah, very much so. So
Super gets it.
we have parity this round, 4-4, but Nobility's gonna go up 8-7 now. He's maintaining
Shut up,
Prio.
Jeff. Stupid Jeff.
I mean, this will be really interesting. He's got access to War, Apoc, into Magic. Maybe he's able to remove one of Johnny's best damage dealers.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very real possibility that both Magics come off the board on top of 3, right?
Yeah.
Um, which is not a bad thing. Um, Also, I really appreciate Isaac in the chat correctly calling Gambit by his name, by his apocalypse name, the Great Gambino.
Yeah, so
So
we've
appreciate
got
that.
the extracts on Johnny's Toad and on Johnny's Apoc and on Nobility's side, Nobility's Apoc and Nobility's Gambit. Both players have the extracts on opposite sides of the board, so Johnny's got them consolidated on the north, Nobility on the south. What I do like about Johnny's position, though, Ben, is that because his Toad is holding an extract and Nobility's isn't, if both players lose their magic this round, I think it's actually pretty good for Johnny because his Toad is a much more effective 2 at the moment than Nobility's
Hmm.
is. So I think that can be relevant here in the scenario.
Yeah, if I'm nobility with Prio, I think I'm trying to get value out of Magic, right? So this is a journey into. Oh no, you can't even journey. Can't even journey here. So you just war spender into APOC and just swing for the fences.
Looks like he's going to opt for a War Builder
War.
into Magic. Remember, Ben, he does have
Yep.
fallback on Magic, so that could be relevant here as well. Both players have fallback still online. 7 coming in for Nobility. What have we got? Oh, big hit. 5 successes with a crit and a wild. So right now we're
Good
looking
block for
at
Magic.
math is hard. 7 successes for Nobility. 3 blocks on Johnny's side. Good lord. 4 pushing 4 through at the moment on Magic.
Yep.
Hands her a shock for her trouble. Let's see if Johnny opts to use fallback here.
I think the measurement is if you're base to base with the fallback, you're not going to get out of that range 3.
Sure, but you do get out of spender range.
It's fair. That is fair. That would be a 10 die
Are you
spender.
a fallback guy or a sack guy?
I actually was running patch up for a long time. I ran patch up for a long time in my APOC lists. I just switched over to fallback because I wanted to test that some more. Um, And I think both are fine. I don't like sacrifice and with the APOC.
Well, he
Um,
opts to not fall
just be,
back, Ben. He takes 4 damage and eats a shock. Seems
yep.
unlikely that Magic's going to live through in another attack here, so it makes sense not to use the defensive tech at the moment. And I suspect we'll see a spender and a nuke of Magic.
Yep. Yeah, and the nobility is just hoping that his magic doesn't die a painful death like Pastrami's is. Strong opener though.
Yeah, I think Nobility is just debating right now whether he wants to spend the power or get a little greedy here. If he can get greedy and just generate additional power on Apoc, then, it opens up Celestial Tech plays. It opens up, move and yeah, he used war, correct,
Yep.
Jeff. But I think he's thinking about whether he wants to spend her to sort of quote unquote guarantee the kill, or go for the 7, maybe Evo tokens, generate some power. Although I don't know how impactful a Celestial Tech could be. But if he can move Magic into a position where she doesn't die this round, he could potentially Celestial Tech, or if Gambit goes down this round, for him being able to having Celestial Tech open just gives you options that I think good to have. So that might be what he's considering at the moment.
Yeah, I think removing magic is too good of an option, right? So I think the spender, I think is
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
and that's
choosing to
what
do
we're
that.
seeing.
Yeah, I always spend the power. Every time I've ever been greedy in my life, it's never worked out. Just
It's greed,
let,
greed bad for you. It's
yeah.
greed bad. I read that somewhere.
Oh, big hit coming in from Nobility. 5 successes with 3
Yeah,
crits. That's
casual
a
five out
that's
of the
a
gate.
dead
Yeah.
Magic for sure.
What if 8 successes?
I mean, good news is if we keep seeing models get deleted, it means I might have time to get a couple games of FIFA in tonight before
I'm just
I go
about
to
to
bed.
say. I mean, this is probably not going very far.
Jeff says too late for Celestial
Yeah.
Tech. Yes, Jeff, I'm aware of the timing, but you still want the power for next round so that you could choose Celestial Tech next round. Apoc
So
into
here's
Magic.
yep. Pastrami hoping to do the same thing here. I don't think we saw a. Did he spend 2 for war? Yeah, he did. Spend 2 for war.
Big hit coming in from Johnny. That's gonna be six,
9.
9 successes for
9?
Johnny into no blocks. Recal. That was a really fast recal.
Yep.
All right, heart of the cards here for Nobility. He needs this to pay off.
Not 9.
Yeah, it's gonna be 4 into 1 block. So he's only taking 3, and he's got fallback
Yeah,
online.
the
So yeah, this
fallback.
this
Love
actually
it.
worked out really, really well. So um,
And he might be able to get out because he's not base to base.
yeah,
Yep.
Simon, are you still here to see
Hey, Simon, suck it!
an effective fallback? I'm sorry,
Effective
effective
recal.
recal. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, it's a big
Let's put it
recal
in the
there.
chat, folks. Recal works. Don't let that first recal fool you.
Yeah, only taking 3. I I think he opted to not play fallback though. Did you see that? Right? Or maybe he's debating it.
He was measuring it. I guess
He
he.
he might have just said to he might have just said to Johnny, "Hey, listen, I'm planning on playing fallback. Just let me put my power on now so that we don't have any accounting errors." But maybe she wouldn't get out. Really? I
Uh,
thought she.
she.
Uh,
She looked like it. She looked like she was going to make it out.
yeah, if he went straight back,
Maybe it was.
he couldn't go all the way because of the pillar. So maybe he's. I mean, maybe if he went on more of an angle, it just wouldn't have worked out for him.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe it was too close. I don't know how many other fallback opportunities you're going to get. So
Well, I mean, if it doesn't actually
and he
do
already
anything,
ward.
if it doesn't actually work for you though. All right,
I mean, that's fair.
another attack from Johnny coming in here. I didn't see if it was a spender. I assume so.
No spender. No, you didn't spend anything for the spender.
Mm.
So casual 2. Immortal Servants here, maybe?
Yeah, right now Nobility blocking everything. 2 skulls on Johnny's side though, so an Immortal Servants might be a little
Yep.
risky. Oh, he is going to do it.
You
Oh,
got to
you got
you got to do it.
no
You
risk and no
got to do
biscuit.
it. Yep. Johnny didn't take his skulls out?
He did. He just deleted 2
Oh, he did?
dice.
Oh, he
Yeah.
deleted them? Okay. Okay.
2
That was a
blocks,
quick delete.
2 hits there. So unfortunately for Johnny, That's going to be a huge survival there for Magic. She's now got 8 power on her, so she can teleport in, double War Gambit.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's Value Town, USA.
So the thing is, though, she is shocked, so she's a little neutered. And of course, Gambit can just kill Magic on her own activation with his Mon Ami or Raging Cajun, whatever it's
It,
called.
enhanced agility.
That's the one.
Enhanced agility. Close.
Yeah.
Both very close.
Yeah, if you're just joining us now,
Uh,
we have a perfect mirror, but on Johnny's side, he's got a Toad holding an extract on the north. Pretty safe position, although it looks like Magic might be threatening that at the moment. And we've got Johnny's other extract on Apocalypse. For Nobility, we've got them consolidated in the south on Gambit and Apoc. Nobility's already eliminated Magic for Johnny, so Johnny's down for 3 threat. Johnny tried to return the favor on Magic, but Magic survived like a champion.
I wonder if he's thinking a place 3 walk. But it'd be 3 dice. A 3-die energy
Um,
attack and a toad.
a place 3 walk, and then you can. Oh yes, she can't Dark Child. She won't be in range to
Yeah,
Dark Child. 1 power shy.
yeah. Oh,
Uh,
no. She'd be able. She'd have. She spends 3.
Dark Child is 4 power or
Uh,
6?
it's 4. It's 4. It's
Oh,
6
so
dice.
okay, she'll have. Yeah, she will. I was thinking of Scarlet Witch, whose spender is egregiously miscosted.
The old Wanda, the great 5-threat Wanda. Uh, so yeah,
Yeah,
now he's
he wants to. So now that you've corrected my math, he is looking to maybe place 3, walk medium with Magic, and try to spender Toad and flip a point, maybe?
yeah. That way though, that angle might get him into the danger zone of Gambit. So maybe it's place 3 spender, war spender into Gambit. It's not lethal. So if he enhanced agility, it's not lethal. Um, he could even
It's
uh,
only gonna be 5 dice on his side because of
but you count
shock.
both skulls though. You
Yeah.
count your skulls and their skulls. So and with war, so the damage potential is pretty high. So I don't hate that. Um,
Yeah, this is a really important activation for Nobility because he's got all the momentum on his side now. He's got his south flank, the south side, pretty well consolidated at the moment. And he's just got basically a free activation that he really wasn't expecting to get with Magic. So, looks like he's going to Journey through Limbo Apoc. Just make him
yep,
even less relevant in the game. I
yep.
think that's
Gives Apoc a power.
I think that's really interesting.
Yeah.
It just
Uh,
means that Apoc's not going to be able to support any part of the fight, so this just puts a lot of pressure on Johnny's Gambit and Johnny's Beast to get work done. And
yeah.
I think Nobility is banking on that not happening here.
Yeah. Does mean that the place 3 doesn't give you the spender now,
Yeah.
which is a little unfortunate. But maybe he's just gonna say, "F it, we ball." Just flip some points,
Yeah,
or
so
he's
he,
gonna go do a 3-die attack into Toad. That's what I want. That's what we want to see.
well, he's
3
got
die attack into Toad.
hey, it's 3 dice with some rerolls potentially. All right, so he plays 3, he walks up. I assume he'll roll on the point. Again, this is all stuff he wasn't even expecting to have access to this activation, so I think you're pretty happy by just putting
It's just
scenario
value.
pressure. Yeah. It creates some
Yep,
scenario
just value.
pressure, and now he's going to take a 3-die attack into Toad. Does have rerolls if he
Love to
wants
see
them.
it.
Watch him spike this one. Watch him spike this one.
Oh
Yep.
my goodness! Oh my goodness! 3-die attack. Most deadly
Uh,
attack in the game.
so right now he
Still
would be
kills him.
dazing Toad, so
Still kills.
you definitely use a token here, right? Yeah, he
Yeah,
does.
you go for the confirm. It doesn't get the confirmed, so there is an out for Johnny. Sorry for pastrami. Yeah.
All right,
All right,
Pastrami's gonna
Toad,
do
do you
some
live here?
rerolls.
Nope. Sorry, Toad. Dies to a
Hmm.
3-die attack.
All right.
Love to see it.
So Nobility won't be able to pick up that extract, um, but it does put a lot of pressure on Johnny. Gambit's got to play scenario and clean up. He's got to be a garbage man, unfortunately, which doesn't allow Johnny to swing back into the game, if that makes sense. He's spending time. He's got a sinking ship, and right now he's dumping water out.
Yeah. If I'm Nobility, I'm putting that extract closer to your Toad, right? Because then you can walk, pick that up.
Hmm.
Or you could just put it out in Wakanda, right? And maybe Beast picks it up. I'd rather see him try to put it toward his Toad, because
Yeah, it's
maybe
interesting.
his.
I wonder what his thought process is there. He hasn't placed it yet, though, so he's considering his options.
Yeah.
That'll give
Yeah, we need
Nobility a
some.
2-1 extract lead unless Gambit goes and chases it down. Yeah, he puts it in a really good spot. Nobility's got 3 power on his toad, so he can walk, hop, and he definitely gets to where he needs to be.
Yeah. Yep. And we need a big turn from Gambit and Beast from Pastrami.
I
I
don't
think you have to
know.
activate Beast here.
Yeah, I don't know what the Gambit activation would even look like. I think you need to let the board state develop more. So
Yep.
he's
Yeah,
still got
it's got to be
yeah,
Beast here.
he's still got Gambit and Beast left. He's currently down 3-1 on secures and 2-1 on extracts with one extract floating. Likely to be down 3 to 1 on extracts. So how do you swing back into this game if you're Johnny? You can activate Beast, but what are your targets here? You go to
Gambit.
Gambit.
Yeah,
Is he within range
it's
3?
flip the point Gambit. Yeah, it looks. I think he measured it before. I think he measured it before, but it's flip the Guardian. Hopefully one shot Gambit, and then maybe walk to try to. You can't even really flip the other security terminal. It's rough. But he's got to activate it because if he passes here, then Gambit just kills his beast, right? So there's got to be a flowchart these beat men have on their monitors, right? Like there's got to be a flowchart.
Yeah, so I'm guessing the medium and the 5 stick is walk, famine hop, range 3 attack with the 35 millimeter raise.
No famine hop for beast. So it's gonna be walk, just hit, right? Range 3.
Who knows? It's they live in a different world than I do.
We are
They
seeing a pass from Pastrami.
interesting. Yeah, I
Yeah, so now
guess
you go for you
yeah
got to kill him with Gambit. You got to kill him with Gambit,
yeah
and then that
I
just
don't hate the
secures it.
pass there because you're letting the board state develop. If Nobility gets aggressive trying to take down Beast, then it gives Johnny's Beast power to create an out. Alternatively, Nobility could opt to do something that neuters Beast activation, like killing him or pestilence bombing him or whatever.
You got to just go for Murder Town, USA. Nobility, throw dice.
Well, I mean, Nobility's the one in the lead, right? So you don't need to. You're not feeling a lot of pressure. It looks like he's considering a move or some sort of place. He's looking for the famine hop, be within 2 of Beast to push him, and then he can walk away with Gambit, and it's basically a stagger on Beast. Oh, or I'm just super wrong, and
Yeah,
that wasn't
fam.
the plan at all. All right,
Yeah.
so we're gonna see
4 dice
4
into 2.
into 2. Do we see wilds? We see
Yeah, here's
2
the
wilds
casual
right off
4
the get.
successes.
1 block on Johnny's side converts into 2 blocks. So he's eating 2 right now. Nobility's got 3 Evo tokens, so he can opt to do a reroll if he wants to. We see a fallback being played by Johnny, so I'm guessing Nobility's opting to not do any kind of rerolls here or mods.
Yeah, I'm not curious what the not direct placement for Gambit is? Like, why didn't he hop toward him so that maybe he'd still be in 3 of the double tap? Um,
He may not want to have double tapped though.
yeah.
It's
Yeah, that's what
possible.
I'm curious what the thought the plan is. He's gotta stay on that secure though to be able to continue, to flip points, right? But I think he's measuring. Yeah, there's no way they can be on that point and avoid the double tap from Gambit. So this fallback's gonna be a little rough as McGuffers.
Hmm.
Because Beast's not gonna be able to do all the things that he needs to do. Conversely, he could try to fall back, get within 2 of Apocalypse and just start swinging for the fences. Because Pastrami's in a rough spot here. Um, Nobility is just kind of keeping the gas on right now. So Pastrami's going to have to start finding a way out. Um,
Yeah, I think this is a great example of best laid plans in the sense that Nobility told me that the player who goes second is heavily advantaged. I've heard that from Deluca, but a combination of the terrain and maybe that's the mistake on maybe that's where Johnny made a mistake was terrain round zero, maybe his board edge. But Nobility having Prio and having strong dice have put him in a really good position here. I think
yeah,
Nobility
it's a
also
weird.
made smart choices round one to apply scenario pressure, right? Where you and I would have thrown 7 dice, he decided to flip something. So we do see the
Yeah,
fallback come in there. So Gambit's just going to take a second action of walking.
these
Yeah,
scenario plays. Love to see them.
yeah. Brady was calling out there, by the way, that the reason he wanted to fall back was he's concerned about a beam, while Gambit also has Evo tokens and the power to modify a hit into a wild. So Johnny was really concerned about losing his beast activation there. So I understand the fallback play.
Yeah, I didn't see if he measured the range 4 from where he was. Um, it looked like the range 4 still might have been in. Um, but I was reading another card when he was moving his gambit, so I'm not 100% sure
Yeah, I'm not
about that.
not sure either, but yeah, like I was saying, I think Nobility made a good choice round one to do something that I think a lot of other players wouldn't have done, and that created the pressure that allowed the dice to do what the dice have been doing, which is give him an advantage.
Yeah, well, that's with Apocalypse, you're just trying to put your foot on the gas, right? And keep it on the gas so that the games are effectively over on round 3. And that's what we're seeing with Nobility. I tend to agree that generally in the mirror match, the Apocalypse that goes second is a little bit more favored. Um,
We're seeing Johnny move his beast here and attempt to flip a point.
yep.
Johnny also missed two 50-50s round one that were not ideal either. He does get this one, does not get the power refunded to him. He's still got an action left. I mean, he can get like a fat pest bomb right now if he wants it. That's really all he has access to.
Yeah, it's not great. Not great because you need 3. Yeah.
Well, Sean's just joining us
Yep.
late here. Let's to give you a recap, Sean. Nobility went up 4-3 round one with a really strong scenario play from his Apocalypse, and since then we've seen Magic get KO'd on Johnny's side, and we've seen Nobility's Magic live a little bit longer than maybe she should have. Currently, extracts are consolidated on the north for, sorry, the south for Nobility. On the north, we have one on Johnny's Apoc and one just sitting out in the open. Looks like it will be able to be picked up by Nobility's Toad. So likely for Nobility to go up 3-1 on extracts this round. We've got parity on the secures for now, but we've still got Toad and Beast to activate Nobility. Johnny's still got one action left on his Beast. He's choosing to attack into Apocalypse.
See the
Just a
builder. Yep.
regular builder, looks like.
Yep. Yeah, just builder.
Yep. Uh, poking, no damage through, no ambush. That's Beast's activation.
Yep.
Looks like Nobility's
And
going to
now
just
we're seeing
operate
the
his
walk,
Toad.
walk, hop.
Yeah. I think
Yep.
he might not be as close to picking that up as I once thought he was.
Yeah, this is the, again, he didn't put it directly toward Toad, so I think he made it a lot harder for himself. I think Johnny's trying to help him out with some measurements.
Yeah, Johnny might be feeling a little. Yeah, it was actually a perfect mirror, Sean. So we got a move from Toad, a hop from Toad. I think he gets within 2, or yeah,
Oh yeah, you got to. Yeah.
yeah. So Nobility will be able to go up 3-1 on extracts. He's got last activation with Beast to try to swing the secures.
Toad disappeared into the ether. There we go.
So huge round from Nobility. Next round, Johnny's Apoc will have priority, but Nobility's done a great job of really neutering the options for Johnny, removing his best damage dealer in Magic. Journey through Limbo on Apocalypse was brilliant call to be able to really neuter him next round.
Yeah, it's a great way. I wish more APOC players would see those lines with Journey. It's a pretty neat interaction. So I'm glad that
All right.
Nobility saw that and
Gambit
did that.
moves up here for Johnny. He's going to swing into Magic.
Probably going just for the push. We might just
Well,
accidentally kill her again.
3 successes so far on Johnny's side. 1 block on Nobility side. I'm going to assume Johnny's going to modify here. Let's see if he does. He does. So there'll be 4 successes into. Oh, actually, he used a Evo
He
token.
roll. He opt for a reroll. Yeah.
Oh, because he has no power to modify, or did he modify?
It looks like he just modified. Yep.
Okay.
So he did the reroll just to confirm, so that if Magic rerolls, that's what the Evo reroll was for. Was just to
Oh.
try to confirm because he
Yeah.
could still block out of this, right?
All right, Nobility's rolls come in and block 2, so Magic
Yep.
goes
Still
down.
dies. Yep.
All right, now both Magics for both players are KO'd.
Yep. Now you famine hop with your 2 Evo tokens. Flip this.
Yeah, so that'll bring the secures to 3-1 in Johnny's favor, with Beast still to activate for Nobility, assuming he hits this, of course, which he does.
Yeah, pretty easy beast activation. Walk, walk, throw, flip,
Yeah, well, he can't throw
or yeah,
Beast, so he's got to throw. It's got to be Gambit, but
it's
he.
gonna be Gambit. Yeah, yeah. Or he gets aggressive into Beast. That's another option. Try to remove Beast. I don't hate that either.
Well, he's got 4 power on his Beast, so he could choose to Spender, move medium, and then maybe he gets a Skull for power as well. He looks like he's. What's he thinking about
Just gonna
here?
walk, walk. Still needs 1 success, right? Because he's injured.
Yeah.
So it's not that big of a deal. I would still. I mean, you can throw the danger room ad at him, make him brace.
That's true. It's actually not a bad idea at all. Bait the brace now, so you've got. Oh, you get
Yeah,
nothing
just
else.
get the brace out of there. Yep. Looks like that's exactly what we're seeing. Man, it's like we know. It's like we know. And then now he walks to flip the point. Love to see it.
All right, he's rolling 3. You know what's? I think this game, the actual text on Guardian CCR has not been relevant at all so far.
He gets it.
He flips over. I think it's like a 50-50, right? Close to it.
Not with 3-on-1, needing 1. It's like a 70 something percent with
Oh,
three
right,
on
right. Because
three
of the
needing
overage
1.
needing
Yeah.
1. Well, so that's gonna be 5 for Nobility to Johnny's 3. So he's gonna
Yep.
expand the gap there a little bit more. So he's gonna go to 13 to Johnny's 10.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think that was the nail.
yeah, more than likely, just because I don't know how Johnny pulls himself out of this. And a pest bomb's come in. Just
And a pestilence bomb for
pick a
and two for
man
flinching.
while he's down.
Just rude. Just rude.
I know that Nobility has won. I feel like he's won one of these fairly recently. These lunch meets. I don't know those. I know those meat men track. The top end meat men really track their wins in the lunch meet. But I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Is there a matter of public record, Brady, where we know how many meat men titles has Nobility
How many
won?
meats does he have? Is he
Yeah.
Arby's yet? He has all the meats?
Oh, I think that's Curtis and Johnny.
Or all the meats?
It's
Yeah.
Schmidt and Nobility working their way up
Uh,
that
I
ladder.
appreciate Pastrami measuring for Celestial Tech. Good practice. Hoping and dreaming that Gambit was him. It's most likely Curtis, Johnny, and Schmid taking shit to low meats to low meats. Nice.
Yeah, but Brady,
Is there
you
is
get to
there a
play
meat?
games. You get to play games with other humans in person, though. So
Yeah, in
that
real
puts you
life.
one up on Schmidt and Curtis.
Yeah, it's not digital meat,
Yeah,
Brady. You have real meat.
Johnny does interact with other humans in person, so I do know that about him. All right, so the priority right now is going back to Johnny. He is down a key model. His APOC is in Wakanda.
Yep.
I'm not sure, Ben, what his opening activation is for him to do to try to get back in this game. Is it his Beast? His Beast has 5
Uh
power, so he's got Spender.
it's it's got to be Beast. I'm not sure exactly how much that changes. I'm actually just hoping for the Toad off, if I'm going to be completely honest. Um, does that change the board state a whole bunch? Not really. Um, I really think Nobility has it in the bag here, but I think punching up with Pastrami's Beast is probably the way to go,
Ben, have you not? I mean,
just to
you're
see
a
what happens.
sports fan. Do you not follow how sports commentators, even when the Browns are down 35 points, they try to manufacture ways for them to come back into the game? Come on now.
I'm pretty sure when the Browns fans leave the stadium, like in like the third quarter, the commentators actually just count how many empty seats is what they do during dead space time. I'm pretty sure that's how the Browns use their time. Never happens to the Chiefs because the Chiefs are always great. But I think Beast activation here. Personally, I think it would have been interesting to start trying to punch up into Apocalypse because he has an extract. You
Well,
got to
he's
start chipping
starting by
away,
rolling on the point, um,
and
and
doesn't get it.
he does not get it. And now he's going to do exactly what you said, which is punch up into Apocalypse.
Hey, there you go. You get 4 successes.
Apoc blocking 1 so far.
Hey, you love to see it.
Blocking just 1, so he'll take 3.
Love to see the punch up.
He gets the ambush, so he can place and spender.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
It's not bad. And Nobility still has
Now
Immortal
you can
Servants
pest
online.
bomb. You could do pest bomb.
He's got to
Look at the value town now. Look at this value town.
he's got to stop Nobility from scoring 3 points. Unfortunately, by not flipping that point, I'm not sure how he does it.
Here's what you do. You spender, one shot Apoc, pest bomb, and deal 5 damage to Gambit.
Well,
Call it
he
a day.
threw a size 2 into Gambit, and it was braced.
Makes sense.
Interesting that both players brought up brace, knowing they were playing into Apocalypse, and that they were there wasn't a lot of throws going to be on the table, but maybe there's
uh, it,
just not a fifth
at
card worth bringing
seven
in.
at 17, you know the beast is coming, right? So you guarantee beast is coming. So I don't hate it. Beast can throw some stuff every now and then, right? So it's good to just save consequential damage like this. So I think it's the right call.
I see Justin in the chat.
Kind of
Justin, a TTS finalist. Justin, I didn't get to see the end of your game today. How did that turn out? I saw you were playing against Jim England Gradwell. All right, Spender coming in here from Beast into Apocalypse. Big old whiffy whiff on Beast side there. It's been a little bit of the story for Johnny this game. If he re-rolls into 3 successes, which he's not going to do anyway.
Jeff, I think you're right. A walk famine hop doesn't get Pastrami's Apoc to that back guardian. So
Beast can't even flip on this point. He would need 3 successes on 3 dice, which seems.
I mean, he could do it. It's possible, not probable, but it is possible. Let's see it happen. You just talked about it. Let's manufacture a way out.
Yeah, I just wonder, like, for either player, if leaving Brace at home in order to bring the first one could have been a more impactful card this game.
It's interesting. I'm actually getting less and less, on first one. It's interesting at 17 because Toad is coming, which I think is the only plausible first one
Beast did miss
target,
that,
at
by
least
the way.
for me. Yeah, as he does. So yeah, that would have been an interesting call. Yeah, take the savings where you can. Yep. Good shout out there, Sean. Mike, if you're nobility, first of all, you heal
yeah.
with Immortal Servants.
Just to make sure the Gambit can't
just
can't spy.
just to make sure.
Can't take a pot shot and get 4 wilds.
No shenanigans from Gambit. This is where you tell me that you want the Toad matchup. Nope. Oh man.
Yeah,
Nobility likes activating Apoc first. Love to see it.
Looks like a
Spender. This is a spender. Yep.
I assume there's probably a warp played in there as well. So looking probably at 7 successes. Yep, there goes Beast. And now you just move your Apoc away. So we've got 3, with 3 extracts on Nobility side and 2 secures. And looks like it's going to be really difficult for either of Nobility's relevant models, Apoc or Gambit, to impact scoring at this point.
He did not war. Did he not war there? So he's thinking about famine hopping?
Yeah, he rolled 10 dice, so there wasn't really, I'm sure, a lot of pressure to also war it.
Yeah, 10 energy dice into Beast is pretty likely. That you only had what, 2 damage left or 3 damage left.
It really seemed like if you were to kind of distill this game down into a couple of key moments, I think the journey through, like the Magic Living, is probably. Would you say is that the biggest moment of the game?
It's pretty big. I think you correctly named it earlier. The Nobility walk Apoc play to be able to put early pressure, I think, is a big tone setter for the game.
Yeah,
because it forces Pastrami to make moves. Right, you're behind.
Pastrami also whiffed on both of his flip rolls round 1 on the south side.
Yeah,
I mean there was a world where he gets both of those and maybe even goes up round 1. Not that I think it would have mattered in the long term, but because ultimately,
I just really liked.
Activation. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm one of the questions I'd like to ask Pastrami is why he chose this side. Because I think the terrain actually mattered a lot more on this side.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Especially because it forced the Apoc to go down a certain road. So I'd be curious to hear. We're gonna get a Death Toad off. Let's do it. Live the dream. Death Toad. Put some respect on his name.
Yep, he's gonna spend some power there to hop, and then I'll attack with his spender. 3 successes coming in for Johnny. 2 blocks from Nobilities. Jeez Louise.
At
Pushing
least he
2
doesn't
through, so
convert it.
Toad will be able to run away. Unless Johnny opts to spend Evo tokens, which he might have to do that. Because right now he's pushing 2 through. He would need to convert both of these to get Toad.
I think the range 3 with the medium move, I think he still gets him.
Oh, right, it's
I
range
don't think
3.
the medium move. Yeah, it's range 3. So we're gonna see a Toad death attack for 6 dice. He's gonna go there for cover. Let's do it. Respect some death Toad. I'm here for it. Respect death Toad.
I mean, it's the best offensive Toad in the game, that's for sure.
It is the most value Toad. So you spend 2 Evo tokens and a power. Roll 6 dice into 2. He's got cover. Let's see it. Let's make it happen.
Does Johnny finally get him? And
He
he
got him. Look
does.
at that. Look at that death Toad. And he wants one more. Rub it in, Johnny.
It's all about
Your Toad.
the moral victory.
Your Toad is best Toad, Johnny.
That's true though. I mean, Nobility's Toad also living. Was it round 1? Didn't he do
From the
something?
apocalypse, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty relevant.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I think the positioning for I think Nobility's unpacking of his round 1 was just better. So
well.
I think that's what we're seeing.
What else could Johnny? Even if that size 4 subway card wasn't there, Ben, would wouldn't you, as the Apoc player, always go into the opponent's Toad to try to get the extract? Would that have really changed Johnny's decision making?
I would. So this is why I don't want to disparage too much, but this is why I don't like Famine Gambit. Because Famine Gambit round 1 is not as impactful as Famine Deadpool's is.
Mm.
Famine Deadpool can sit on your home Shiar and just start blasting at other, and it allows you to get more options for where your apocalypse can go. Because if your Famine Deadpool can put into some damage to the opposite extract holder, you're not going into Toad. I don't need my apocalypse, my 6-threat leader to chase down a 2-threat extract holder.
Mm.
That's just me though. This is why I love Deadpool Famine.
Well, Ben,
Um,
remind the people who the highest rated Apoc player is,
I believe that's still me.
and
I
what do you know that
believe that's
number?
still.
Because I don't, people like me can't fathom a number that high. 690 something.
When I checked it the other day, it was 692.
Yeah, it's
Um,
gross.
yeah, it's what happens when you just go to big events and play Apocalypse and win games, like, and then don't play them ever again until you go to big events. That's the way to do it.
I think that's a really valid point. I know I'm not talking about the game anymore. Johnny's just moving his gambit to try to flip, and he does get it.
You got it. Yep.
But I think that's a really interesting point, is that I think you value Deadpool more than the average APOC player does. I want to say maybe I've seen Pat talk positively about Deadpool as well, but I really don't see APOC players talk about Deadpool outside of yourself, and I think you're really onto something there. Because I think one of my last games, I felt like I needed that range 4 attack. All right, so the players are done now. They're conceding, or I'm sorry, Johnny's conceding. We can pop in there and have a chat with them.
All right.
Hey
Yeah.
there, buddies.
Hi.
Mike.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello there.
very entertaining game. We spent a lot of time in that latter half of that round trying to figure out where Johnny, if anywhere, you really went wrong. It really felt like there was just some key die rolls into Toad and Magic that didn't go the way you hoped. But is there something
Yep.
that you identified? Yeah, is there something that you maybe identified that you wish you'd done differently?
I wish I would have. It didn't matter, but I guess it worked out in my favor. But I didn't catch that Jeremy did a double war on turn 2 with his apocalypse.
Oh, I don't think we
Yeah, I
caught
didn't
that
realize
either.
you can't do that.
Yeah, yeah. It's fine. It didn't
I
matter
didn't
because the
catch that.
second
Yeah.
roll
No.
did like 3 damage into my like 1 block, I think. And he had like 5 hits, so like didn't make the difference, but it was
Yeah,
yeah.
it really ended up just being bad for me because I
Yeah,
spent
he
2
just
power
lost to
that I
power.
shouldn't have been
Yeah.
able to.
Right,
But
exactly. So
Oh,
so I
we
got
didn't
ahead
catch
in
that
that
either. All right.
somehow. But
I have done that many times, and I am well aware that he can't do it. You just start rolling dice, and you're like, I want to change all of them if I can. You can
right,
I
decide.
was not aware of that. Johnny educated me this
Oh,
game, so.
yeah.
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 Johnny, we had
But
a
yeah,
question about
otherwise
your choice of board edge. I don't think it impacted what your choices you would have made round one, ultimately, but curious like why you chose to take that side where Apoc couldn't really be essentially deployed, and I think you gave some
Apoc
cover.
reaches centrally, but like it didn't I felt that like overloading the one side was like better because like Apoc can go hunt down Toad pretty reliably.
Mm,
So the plan was like go kill Toad. I'll have some like horse dollars to like kind of like go and like blow him up or whatever. Did what I could. Jeremy hit lights out on like the rerolls and got him just barely alive. So it happens there. But otherwise I go up like 5 or then it'd be what would it be? It would be like 4-3 from me turn 1 assuming that works out. And then like with this side too,
Yeah.
like my like the center doesn't matter so much. So all the models can just kind of go around and having like unfettered access with like my beast to just kind of dive his terminal on that side felt right. And beast didn't reach his terminal on this side, so it was like just kind of a no-brainer there.
yeah.
If like the map is flipped, I think like the medium gets like caught on this subway car. Like medium base medium move just barely gets like caught there and you're like stuck there so you can't reach that side. So I
Hmm.
didn't have like the option then to like dive where I wanted to at beast, and this side just felt like a little better then.
Yeah, you
Mm.
also missed like the 50/50s. Is it 50/50 round one to pick up
It's
those?
the 50-50.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the security terminals, which is unfortunate. And I don't want to sound like we're taking anything away from Nobility's play either, because I think that he took every opportunity and every bit of momentum that the dice were giving him, and he converted
No,
that.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, to step on your throat a bit there. Like
No, absolutely.
the
Yeah. He
journey
did
from the replay
everything
was
like
great.
with that. Yeah. Yep. That
Um,
was perfect. Yeah. I wouldn't have done it any different. So
yeah,
yeah, no, he played well. The dice. I mean, that's kind of what happens in like two equally like skilled players or whatever. Like a lot of times, it just comes down to like a couple critical die rolls, especially in like the perfect mirror, right?
Yeah, the most disappointing thing, Johnny, was the fact that you didn't mirror Nobility's deployment in the sense that you both
Yeah.
kept
What a
placing.
We were literally talking about that, Ezra, but
is that why you pinged it?
I
Yeah. We. Yeah.
it just I felt breaking it up a little, just like with like my beast or whatever being able to like dive his portal pretty reliably, and his beast not being able to like get to mine. It felt right.
Yeah. So why
So
do you guys not place Apoc down first? Because I've always just kind of placed my Apoc center, knowing that he can get wherever, and then try to get
generally,
more
I
information.
yeah, generally I do that. This map it didn't work out, and in the mirror I'd rather just overload aside with him and use that
Okay.
as like because especially with me having last activation, that's like I personally like I think just like assuming our dice are like basically even, I think the apocalypse player without priority is like slightly advantaged, probably like 1 or 2%, just because that last activation can end up being like kind of big, and you can just kind of answer your stuff, especially on like the pay to flips because we had like to trip boxes or whatever. So like yeah, so like that felt right, and then with that I can like follow whichever like the squishiest model that's gonna have to go pick up center line thing. I can put my APOC like near there and then just go hunt them, try to blow them up turn 1, and just like steal out that advantage, and then I feel pretty favored from there. And it's one attack with like 2 or 3 rerolls ends up being like a little better than like a coin flip, especially into like Toad.
Hmm. I,
So
I have a couple of questions for Jeremy. One is, was there any consideration to play Xavier this game?
Yeah, I was really surprised Johnny picked 17. I was totally expecting him to pick 18, and I was going to go Xavier on that. But at 17, I initially had mainly because I didn't want to play the mirror. I had Xavier 2099. Toad, Magic, and Beast queued up, and then I was like, no, this I should just play the mirror and try to go up early and hold it.
Yeah, so
Yeah, not having to deal with Chuck also felt better. Like, I mean, Chuck is fine. Like, a lot of times it's going to be like, if he wanted to play that and like play Bill, he has to play like Psylocke and like the 3 with like Toad and
yeah.
Chuck, and it's like, okay, I'm fine with that if he wants to go that. So it's like just forcing the mirror where I didn't have priority. So with that is why I took 17 in there. But otherwise, like if it was not this list, I probably would have like taken 18 because I think the 18 is just better, especially on like Inhuman Weapons because Gambit gets a thingy and then things get funny.
So
Yeah,
Jeremy,
it's kind of awkward because normally I would prefer 17 threat with Chuck, but against Apoc specifically, like I don't like Bill into Apoc nearly as much as some people seem to. So my normal 17 with Chuck that feels really good with Bill does not feel nearly as good to me here.
hmm, I'm curious. So Jeremy, you said that you feel like the APOC player that goes second is advantaged in the matchup because of the Alpha Strike, and Johnny, just missed on getting the third extract or getting an extract off of your Toad. Was there any consideration for you doing a similar line to Johnny of going after the Toad because your APOC went to play the scenario game, which ended up working out for you because you were able to consolidate down on the south side, but or my south side from my perspective, but generally, do you think hunting Toad with APOC is sort of the better play because you're very likely to get the extracts off of him?
Um, I mean, yes, like objectively, yes, but I don't know. I felt like I wanted to be able to flip Prio as soon as I possibly could. And I wanted to do it by taking out like a threatening model rather than taking out Toad. So I always wanted to deploy my APOC to like his weaker side of the board and then like just choose a model to go and kill. Like before I had to blow my tokens to keep Toad alive, which I mean I am very lucky he lived regardless of tokens or not. But before I had to blow the tokens, I had intended to just go and start attacking Magic right away. Go right next to her and set up to go into her with Prio the next round, which I ended up doing anyway. I just didn't start the attacking round one like I initially planned. I instead just failed an uncontested flip, so that was cool.
Mm, yeah. Oh, okay. That makes sense to me. Ben, did you have anything you wanted to ask or follow up on?
No, you kind of hit all the points. I really appreciated Nobility. Your early pressure attempt, right? I know you failed the flip, right? But the thought process is there, and because you had two key characters on both points, you were able to pseudo get the the point lead because Johnny failed 50-50s, right? So it's McCran, right? It's McCran, but different. So yeah, I really appreciate that. I think you responded well. Pastrami, I agree with you that in the APOC mirror, generally it's favored for the APOC player who is going second. But Nobility, you responded well, and I think this is the way you do it: is just put gas. It's just gas all the time. There was a couple of moments where you activated Apocalypse first. Can you walk me through some of the thought process? I tend to like activating Apocalypse toward the end of the round. Is just because you like the weight of dice? Is that kind of the thought process?
No, like generally I agree. I would prefer to hold APOC, but I really just wanted to take over the side. Like once I had that point lead, the 1 point lead, even though it's just a 1 point lead, like if I can just dominate this side of the
Yeah.
board, and maintain parity every round, like I win. So if I can take out like his biggest threat in Magic outside of his leader, who's all the way on the opposite side of the board, then I'm pretty confident that I can hold on to that lead.
Yeah, I like it. Like I said, I think that's the way that you do it is right. Is you get the point lead and just keep the gas on, right? That's how you want to approach it. I definitely thought we were going to see an earlier activation with Gambit on round 2 when you activated Apocalypse and accidentally double ward. But hey, that's all right. Didn't matter. It was dead anyways. It was just super dead, right? So yeah, I think you played great, and obviously Dice will do Dice things. And Toad Living, poor pastrami, man. I'm sorry. Toad Living, with those
that's fine.
rerolls.
Magic
It
Living
happens.
too. It's fine. Yeah, it's how it goes.
Magic happens. I tried to will it into existence for you, bud, of both Magics being gone on the top of round 3. I tried.
Yeah, it's all good. Tried your best. It's all good, man.
I tried my best.
I did too. It happens sometimes. So.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. I mean, this is the mirror, right? This is what the Apoc mirror does, right? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. He signed. Well, I only had one option. He signed up for it. So.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
He could have not been a coward and brought 2099 or built, but what Jeremy decided to do, I guess.
Can you open your roster again? What's your full? I didn't see it as quick as.
I'm playing all the best models for the roster, so if you know what those are, it's pretty easy.
Well, so I'm glad you said that. You know what? I'm really glad you said that, because I want you to listen to the end of the stream, because I don't like Iceman Blob. I want one of those to be Deadpool, because Famine Deadpool is silly, and
I think Deluca agrees with me too. If you look at the Danger Room chat, he was going hard on how much Iceman sucks.
Oh, okay. Well, it's fine. You guys can both be wrong. Needs to stop. You can be wrong. It's fine. I'm not too worried about it.
That hurts my feelings. That hurts my core. Right in the core. Yeah. Right in the core.
Iceman just does so much, and just like the reason I like him is there's so many scenarios, and I play like a much more scenario-centric version of the game with this list. Like, he just ruins people's lives. Like, hey, we're playing on like an extremist or like any other D. Like, all right, well, we'll hang out over here, and then I'm going to slow you and then just fuck off into the sunset. And, oh, wow, I guess you could be slowed over there while I'm scoring all the other points on the rest of the map. You have your one. It'll be nice. It'll be fun for you. And it just leaves your opponent in like these massive like holes into life and stuff. And if they're attacking into him, he's a 3-threat guy. He's like somewhat tanky with like the 4 physical, and you have like Apoc reroll, so he gets like that free advantage too. He also like just fixes displacement as well too, because most of your dudes are like size 2. The whatever it's called, like the freezing ice slide.
Yeah, his little airdrop.
That thing that's like stolen games or whatever, where people just don't realize he has that, and it's like, oh, your displacement did nothing. Well, sorry, bud. I guess. Yeah. So, and he just does more utility than a shitty guy that throws 4-die attacks with like a reroll. Like, who cares? Right? Into like physicals, you're going to be attacking into cover a lot of the time. Like, oh boy, all right, you'll deal me the 1 or 2 points like twice. You got me.
I feel attacked.
Good job. I feel attacked. So, yeah. So, I'll just play the better model.
It's all right. I'll say get 692, then talk to me.
I mean, sure.
But no, this was and all there's all fair points. So
I think it definitely comes down to like preference. Game. Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, you prefer to be wrong, but that's fine. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you guys can match up at Adepticon. Where
I'm going to be in Japan this.
Like
Adepticon week, so I will not be there.
Well, you both went to the last Adepticon, and
it was my local one. It worked out. I basically like once a decade I get to go to Adepticon with just how scheduling in my life works out.
You both brought Apoc to that, right?
We did, and I lost round 1 of the 32 or whatever, and they had the worst fucking tournament setup possible. So I just was dead on tiebreakers instantaneously, because even though I was still 2-1 with like 8 other people, it was more than that. I think it was like 12 other people. So like 4 or like 6, like what, I can't remember what it was. But there was a lot of like 4-1s or like X1s that just didn't make it because of the awful scheduling, where they could have just ran another round. And it would have been all the 3-1s would have made it guaranteed, and it would have been cool, great. But no, AMG decided to drop the ball on that one. So
Yeah, I just won all my games. So
Yeah, I mean that works too. Yeah.
with Deadpool.
yeah,
I would-
I lost the mirror where I went first, and he outrolled me, and I couldn't deal damage. So it is what it is, I guess.
yeah.
Well, on that note,
Yeah.
fellas,
So
another lunch meet closed out. A great run. Nobility, how many of these have you won now? You're catching up to Curtis and Johnny?
I am literally catching up. Yes, this is the first one.
Oh, this is
I've
the first
lost
one?
like 4 other finals.
He's on the board. He's on the board, guys.
Oh, man.
he's finally made it. Yeah.
It's rough because I'm pretty sure I've streamed multiple
Uh-huh.
of those, and I keep asking you these questions. Well, you're now you're on the first
I
one's the
prefer this
hardest, right?
time.
Yeah. First one's
Yeah.
the
It
hardest.
was my
but
job
we're
to
there
keep
now.
him off and like prevent the gobble guys from making it, and I failed.
All right. Well, maybe
know.
Ron will get the next one. And they can start clawing those back. All right, fellas. You have a good night, and
All right, thanks so much.